if you had to kind of summarize it into a sentence, your life before getting licensed versus your life after getting licensed.
I think before my getting my license, I didn't have much direction. I was selling myself short. I was, taking jobs and trying to find jobs that, would just check the box, if you will. After getting my license, I felt more professional. Obviously the income was there. And really it gives you a direction on where you may want to take your life. And especially like being on a different aspect of insurance now, seeing like it, you just don't have to be an individual guy, an individual producer or district manager or an agency manager or anything like that. There are so many jobs out there that you can do in insurance. It's pretty cool, man. I would say since getting my license, I have more direction. I think I kind of walk with a certain kind of, I don't know how I'm trying to say it, but I think I just carry myself different. And I think higher, and I set higher goals for myself.
Awesome. Do you feel like being in the industry has given you direction? Like, I think that I love it. Do you think it has changed you as far as like who you are as a person? Like, has it like
absolutely
character? Okay. All right.
Absolutely. I will say I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I got my family values and my core here. But man, I grew when I was in South Florida for almost 4 years. Being ready to be thrown with different culture. It just, being able to talk to rich, to poor, to middle class, to African American, white, Hispanic, anything, man. I mean, everything that can be thrown at you was thrown at me in South Florida. And I really grew there as a person, as an individual. And I'll tell you what, man, even though I'm a single father, there's something so gratifying knowing that, I did this myself. Yeah. Like I overcame adversity. I thank God every day that I adopted my daughter, because she's my why. She's my everything. She's, I just want her to get her to see and see what's possible out there in the world. Because there's some things she's going to, I can't relate to her. I don't think a lot of people can, but I mean, you meet people for a reason. And unfortunately I met, her mother for this reason, because now I'm her father. So she's everything to me, and she's the reason that I keep going, and I didn't stop, and I didn't feel sorry for myself. That I just kept grinding and kept that hustler mentality, and just grew as a person. And like I said, there's something so satisfying of like doing it all myself. So it's very, because there were times where I didn't know how I was going to do it by myself. But now I'm in a good spot, man. For a long time, I like where I'm at. I'm happy.
Yeah, man. No, I love it. I love it. Before we wrap up, for someone who's listening to this conversation, and perhaps they are thinking of transitioning careers. Maybe they have been in the business for a long time. Maybe they haven't been in the business at all. They don't have a license, but they've seen an ad. They're getting those same phone calls that you were getting. What words of guidance would you kind of share with them along there? What they're contemplating, I'll say that.
Yeah, I would say if you have people calling you and you're not doing anything, take the interview. The worst you're going to hear is, hey, that company may not be for me. I would also say, do your research. You can do property casualty, you could do life insurance, you can do pet insurance, you can do a supplemental insurance. Really just research what you can do. And if you have companies calling you, look them up. They leave voicemails, look them up, see if it's something that interests you. But I would say the same thing, that why not? Like, why not? Wouldn't you? Why, like, unless you're doing something better, and obviously you're not, because you're looking for other opportunities. If you liked where you were at, you wouldn't be looking for other opportunities. It may be something that may be for you, because when they were calling me, I didn't think I'd ever sell insurance. And now insurance is, my work life.
Yeah.
So it's, I would say just take a shot, if it's for you, great. If it's not for you, that's fine. But at least you have the knowledge.
And you got the license, right?
And you got the license. You got the license. You could do different things with that license. And I would say, man, one small thing that I know it's a Gary V thing, but Todd Lauer said it to me. Stop thinking of life as I have to. Start saying replacing I have to with I get to. It's the smallest thing ever, but your mind just circulate, like you just come at it from a different angle. And that's something that really, helped me. And I tell people that all the time, and they love it. They're like, yeah, that small little change, because there's people out there that don't have that opportunity. There's people out there who've, wish they had a license or wish they could get one.
It's true. Because that's regulated as well. There are certain criteria, but not big ones, but
not big ones, but yeah,
there are criteria, especially if you're in Florida.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Well, look, man, I appreciate you coming on. Definitely has been a pleasure. There's a lot of good information here, and I think it's a great story. I think it's a great story to share, and it's a story that is really kind of to be continued, right? Because it's still evolving, and I'm looking forward to, now you're working with agencies. I mean, that seems to be like kind of the natural progression for you to, kind of launch your own shop and continue to grow and build. And it sounds like you're with an organization that'll even continue to support you, even throughout that, because that's what it's like. I said, that organizational culture, man, it's about having that culture that supports your growth and development, that doesn't want to stagnate you, but wants to see you elevated. And I'm happy for you. I wish you continued, success in this business, continued success as a father, and just, all the abundance that you deserve, man, because you're a great guy. And for those that are listening, this is a great conversation. You should check them out. Hey, Zach, if someone wants to reach out to you, if someone wants to get in contact with you, wants to communicate, how can they connect with you?
You could do so on a couple different levels. I'll give you, personal email. I don't want to give you my phone number, but you can call me on or send me an email.
You can use your firms too if you want to use your firm now and give it personal. Just kind of,
Yeah, you can
a couple months, so we'll be okay, right?
Yeah. You can reach me at zwilson at Neishloss, NEISHLOSS.com. I would say that's the best way to get me. And if you want to put YouTube or podcast in the subject line, so I know where you got my email address from.
Perfect. And social, connect with you on social, or do you use social? LinkedIn?
Hit me on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I am active on LinkedIn. It's crazy too with that too, Rod. Didn't realize how powerful of a tool LinkedIn was until I started doing what I'm doing now. People answering the phones these days are like dying. My associate just got a new agency just based off of LinkedIn. Hey, how are you? I see we're in the same field. Boom. Then you got a phone call. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, you got to leverage all the tools available. I've actually made some good friends on LinkedIn actually as well. So you look, the world is expansive. The world is expansive. There's tons of tools. And there's tons of great people like Zach out there to help you if you are new into business and you need, some resources, you need some support, you need some guidance, you need some mentorship. He works for a great firm. They're definitely, when I put the information you'll see in the interview, that you can go to their YouTube channel and it's a lot of information. And it's always good to know that there's resources available like that for folks who are starting in the industry or folks who are in the industry and maybe branching into other market segments. So for those who are listening, thank you for taking the time to share in this entire interview, getting everything that was discussed. And maybe you heard one or two things that causes you to say to yourself, you should get a license. Until the next time, we'll talk soon. Thank you.
Thanks.